Hello friends, so we are solving this problem, maximize subarrays after removing one conflict pair. So we are given an integer n which represents an array nums containing the numbers from 1 to n in order. So remember, you're starting from 1 to n order. So additionally we are given a 2D array called conflicting pairs, where conflicting pairs has like a and b kind of tuples, right? Indicates a and b form a conflicting pair. So we have to remove exactly one element from the conflicting pairs. Afterwards, count the number of non-empty subarrays of nums which do not contain both a and b for any remaining conflicting pair ab. So return the maximum number of subarrays possible after removing exactly one conflicting pair. Right? This is what we have to do. For example, you can see here. See, these are the conflicting pair given to us 2, 3 and 1, 4. And n equal to 4. Okay, so what they are doing is remove 2, 3 from conflicting pairs. Now conflicting pairs would have only this 1, 4, right? Then these many subarrays would be there. So let's explain in a better way. So suppose this is our question, right? N is given equal to 4 and these are the conflicting pairs. Let's say there was no conflicting pair. Then what would be the total number of subarrays? It would be something like, there would be one subarray like this, only having 1, right? Then we would be only having 2, that is also a subarray. We would be having 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, right? These guys are also subarrays. So we are writing the subarrays, all possible subarrays. Forget about any conflicting pair. Then only it will make a better intuition for us, right? So other than that, there would be like 1, 2, right? This is also a subarray. Then 1, 2, 3 would be also a subarray. Without bothering about the conflicting pairs, if we look only for n equal to 4, these would be the total subarrays, right? So we are not bothering about. So total 10 subarrays are there. Okay. So what will happen if I remove 2, 3 from here, right? So if I remove 2, 3 from here, then wherever 2, 3 are there, those can be legit, right? This 2, 3 would be staying here. This also 2, 3. See here, 2, 3 is appearing, so it would legit. This 1, 2, 3 is also legit. This 2, 3 would be also legit. So if I remove 2, 3, these 3 values would be stay here. But if on the other hand, if I remove this guy 1 and 4, what will happen? If I remove this 1 and 4, I will gain only this guy, right? Because 1 and 4 are coming together. So in this case, if we remove 1 and 4, we are getting only 1 and losing these 4, right? So better we should remove 2, 3. If we remove 2, 3, this guy would be legit because 2, 3 would be no more. So 2 and 3 together can stay. This guy also would be legit. This guy also would be legit, right? Because 2 and 3 now would be legit, and we have removed 1 and 4. So which will be one losing? Only this guy we would be losing because 1 and 4 are coming together. So we will losing only this subarray. So how many subarray we are left with? We are still having 9. Okay. So we should remove here this 2, 3. Because we are saving then 3 different sets and we are losing after removing 1 and 4, only one of them we lost. Okay, so we are getting total answer equal to 9. So now you should be very clear that what question is asking. Okay, now we will proceed that how to do that. That is the main question now. So we have found when we are taking care of all the restricted tuples, we found the answer equal to 10, right? So let's say we are taking this 10. Now we have to check that which one will give us the maximum profit if we remove one of them. So you guys know, let's say if for these tuples in general, I am denoting with the UB. Okay. So U is the start and V is the end, right? So you are taking UB. Now at any point we were starting for R equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So at any point what we were doing R equal to whatever is the R value, right? So we were doing the R minus that answer we will taking, let me take the answer here. So we are taking the answer at every step. Answer was equal to R minus whatever was the max of the first tuple. So I can write it R minus max of U, right? We were doing in that way only. Now with this intuition, let's say if we are removing this U, this would be the max of U. So if we remove the max U, who would be the next mu? Who would be the next max? So it would be the second max. So what if I do 2 variables? Okay, I can take 2 variables. One would be the top. Let's say I'm calling it top 1. which will be the maximum of the first value of the tuple, and I can take another value called top 2, which would be the second maximum. So why I'm taking this? For example, if we were at here, then at that time top 1 would be the 2, right, and top 2 would be the 1, which is the second maximum. Why we are taking? Because now we have to remove one of them and we'll check that who would be the next maximum y, right? Because we have to remove every time this max u. So for example, at this point, if we remove 2, right, which would be this tuple, if we remove this 2, then what would be the next max? The new max would be this guy 1, right? For that reason, we have to take care of maximum and second maximum, two variables, right? So what will happen if, let's say, we are taking in this way? So I can make, instead of max u, I can write it r minus top 1, right? So I can write it r minus top 1. Now suppose we are removing this guy top 1 tuple, okay, whatever it is, then what would happen? The answer, the new answer would be what? It would be r minus top 2, because top 2 would be now the maximum value, right? It would be r minus top 2. So if we remove, then we would be having, like, obviously this top 2 would be giving the max more value, right? So what would be the difference benefit? That benefit would be whatever value we are getting here, this minus whatever we got here in this variable, right? So r minus top 2 minus r plus top 1. This would become like this, right? Plus top 1. So basically, finally, this will mathematically, it would become top 1 minus top 2, right? It would be top 1 minus top 2. Now you can see here that at every step, if we remove top 1, this top 1 minus top 2 would be our additional benefit. Now this additional benefit, for everywhere we have to check, and whoever is giving us the maximum value, we have to add that value into this 10, right, which we already occurred, right? So in this way, we would be finally getting that whoever is giving us this maximum value, okay, that would giving us our final answer. So I will show you my code for this part and entire part as well, which would make a better sense. So see here, first of all, what I'm doing, I have created an array of the lists. You can see this is an array of the lists. Why this is list? Because see, in the at every location we would be maintaining these two values, right? See here, the pair could be, first value could be greater or small value could be greater, but we want to keep the smaller value, first one, and the second value as the minimum one, right? So for example, if somewhere it is given like this tuple is given like this 4 2, because nowhere it is written that first would be smaller, first would be always smaller. So this could be 4 2 also. So what we have to do is we have to convert into 2 4 only, right? So we will keep it the first guy as the smaller and the second guy as the greater. You can observe this is our code. See here, I'm creating one array called right and taking n plus 1. Why? Because it is starting from 0, but we have to traverse from r equal to 1 till n, right? So see here, first of all, we are creating this right is basically an array of the lists, okay? So here we are just putting the empty object of list, so that there would no null pointer exception. Now what we are doing, we are traversing this conflicting pairs, right? These pairs, we are traversing through these pairs. And what we are doing here is we are making that right of the max. So max value, at the index of max value, we are taking the whatever would be the minimum value of this tuple, because we don't know whether first is smaller or second is smaller. It is not given in the question. So for that sake, we are taking the minimum value at the index of the maximum, right? So after filling of these things, what we are doing, first of all, we have created this answer variable and this long left. Okay, so this left is basically to park the top 1 and top 2. This is of 2 size. Okay, so in the left side at any index, what would be the maximum and second maximum value? Only this thing it is doing. So 2 size array. And this is the bonus. That bonus would be basically the one which we calculated here, top 1 minus top 2. At every index we have to check, right? So for same thing, we are creating this array. Now see here what we are doing. We are starting from r equal to 1 to r less than or equal to rn and r plus plus. Same thing we were doing, right? We started r equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing we are going into this part. Now you can see here we are taking the maximum value, okay, and the second maximum value. So here you can see here, this left 0 would be keeping the maximum value, and left one would be having the second maximum value, right? This logic is doing only that thing. So finally we would be having the left and second left at among that, right? So left one would be having second max, and left 0 would be having the maximum value. Now what we are doing here, we are making this answer equal to r minus left 0, means we are taking the maximum. So we were doing in that way, right? So far when we calculated 10, we are doing that part only, right? Now bonus part comes to the picture here, that whenever the maximum is greater than 0, what we are doing here, at the bonus index of left 0, we are making this top 1 minus top 2, which is left 0 minus left 1. You can see same here, this thing, right? We are putting this into the bonus array, which is a separate array, right? So we are parking this and making plus. Why we are making plus here? Because see, when we are going here, at every index it would be affected, right? When we are checking here, then also we will get this additional top 1 minus top 2. When we are coming here, then also we will get. So for that reason we are doing this, right? So at that left 0, the maximum one, we are taking this, right? So we are putting it into the bonus. Now finally what we are doing, you can see here, we are getting the maximum, whatever bonus we got in the bonus array, we are taking the maximum of that, and that one would be the maximum which we would be getting. So we are doing return answer plus max bonus. Okay, so answer, right, like in this case we got 10, and what would be the bonus here? Okay, so we can check what would be the bonus array. So suppose this is our bonus array, right? I'm calling it B. Okay, so we will see here when we are at r equal to 3, right? At r equal to 3, what was the start? The top 2 was having a value, this guy, top 1 has 1, right? And top 2 has 0, right? 0 is the second minimum here. So what would be 1 minus 0? We got benefit of 1. So at 1 we will put here 1, right? Then we are coming 4. So at 4, what was the max? Max was 2, and top second max was 1. So it would be 2 minus 1. So 2 minus 1, it would become, this also would become 1, right? So if we remove the index which is starting at 2, benefit we got 2. Now we are coming to this guy, 5. So at 5 also we had the top equal to the maximum was 2, and the second maximum was 1. So 2 minus 1. So we were getting benefit of 1 only, right? So at 2 itself we have to increase by 1, right? So it would become 2, right? So these points are the one which are like starting of the tuple, right? So here what we got, the maximum value we got is 2, right? So this 2 would be added to our things, right? So maximum is 2 here. So 10 plus 2, the 12 should be answer here, right? So this is what we are doing here in this part of our code. See here, we are doing this. Okay, that if maximum is greater than 0, then we are doing at this index, the max index, we are getting whatever benefit we are getting, left 0 minus left 1, maximum minus second maximum, right? And then we are getting the maximum value from the bonus, and we are returning this. So let me execute this code, which I have already done, and let me try to submit it. So guys, thank you for watching this video. This is 89.74 faster. And if you have any concern, please make a comment over there. I would be try to resolve that comment. Thank you.